Hey loves, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be teaching you the easiest way of making fondant rainbow toppers, and I'll be showing you two different methods. For the first and the second method, it's the same way you roll the sausages. I'll be using 6 colors, but you can use 7. You can move from a lighter shade to a darker shade. Just make sure that you're using colors that complement one another. You also need to add a little CMC or tylose powder to your fondant. This is to enable your fondant dry out fast and firm. So the next thing you want to do is to roll it out. You can use a fondant extruder. It's only that it will give you a smaller sausage than this one. So if you want something as big as this, you probably have to use your palm and then also use your smoother to just smoothen it out. In case you have any part that is bulging, you smoothen it out like this. It takes practice actually. So what you want to do is to roll out your fondant into your sausages, map out the shape that you want. Don't add water yet. Once you're done, getting all the shape, the height and everything that you've measured and you've cut it out, then you can get a board and then put some cornstarch or you put some icing sugar on it and just use very little water as edible or as glue, or you can also use CMC mixed with water as your glue just to make sure it sets. Then you also have to use, I'll show you what I use in drying it very fast at the end of the video. You just keep it, make sure it dries up, keep it for like 3 hours or more till it's completely firm before you now roll out the base part. That's the flat base that you're going to place it on so that it can adhere and it can just give it that balance. It's not compulsory because this is not the long one. So you insert your skewers. I normally use my flour pin to first poke it and just give it the oil. Make sure it's completely dry before you lift it. If you're still watching up to this point, please like, comment and subscribe. Thank you. So the second method is to roll out. I use that iron you saw is from a flour, so that's like the iron from the flour, the leftover of the flour. I just bent it into the shape I want. You want to make sure that you measure the height of the rainbow, just measure it out and then cut it out. Roll your fondant and cut out the shape that you want. So after making your sausage, you want to add a little water or edible glue and just start rolling it and forming the shape. So the first one is the method whereby you won't roll any base where you are actually sticking it on. And this second method, you have a base. You can roll out a fondant base. I think some people use like a board, maybe a straw board or something, but I prefer to use a fondant base. And actually, I prefer this method over the first one because this one, there's no sticking to the board. There's nothing making your fondant get dented or anything. So you just want to make sure that you have everything mapped out, the height, the size, just map it out and then roll it. Use your edible glue, CMC mixed with water, just use a little brush to just, wet the side gently and also stick it to the base. So that's basically what you want to do. You repeat the process. I used 6 colors here. So just use colors that complement one another. And once everything is properly done, you want to use your, I use this flour. I'm trying to remember, I think it's 16 gauge or something. I used it to just make a hole before putting my skewers. I realized that skewers are a bit fat. So if you put your skewers into it directly, it might just make your fondant bulge a little bit or your rainbows bulge a little bit. So when you use that or something as thin as a pin to just make the hole first before putting your skewers is perfect. Now I use this light bulbs. I put it inside my cupboard and I place my fondant rainbows inside. I also use this method for my fondant cakes. It's very, very effective and it dries out. Look at how beautiful the fondant rainbows came out. If you enjoyed watching, please like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.